Hello everybody, welcome to the channel, Talking with Jay Springer. I'm your host Jay, giving you a video on the channel today. Welcome to the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 movie review. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, smash that thumbs up, comment your ratings and your thoughts on the movie or my movie review down below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for much more. We are on the journey to Avengers Endgame. All the stuff that you've missed so far on this journey are in the MCU playlist, link in the description, annotation at the end of the video, and a card above my head you can click on. So if you've missed it, do not worry. There's all the movie reviews from Iron Man 1 up until this point. And guys, I want to let you guys know on Monday we will have the Spider-Man Homecoming movie review. So stay tuned for that and support the channel in any way possible. I'm very grateful to everybody supporting the channel and supporting this YouTube series. So without further ado guys, let's get straight into my movie review. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This is an action-adventure comedy movie about 2 hours and 18 minutes long. This was released on the 5th of May 2017. Peter Quill and his fellow Guardians are hired by powerful alien race, the Sovereign, to protect their precious batteries from invaders. When it is discovered that Rocket has stolen the items that they were sent to guard, the Sovereign dispatched their army to search for vengeance. As the Guardians try to escape, the mystery of Peter's parentage is revealed. Let's get straight into the good points. Now, the good points about this movie is James Gunn yet again does an amazing job with some of the comedy in this movie. This movie gives us more character depth to each of the characters. It isn't just about their funny quotes and them being just purely vengeance driven. There's so much more depth to the characters in this film. It makes us more excited for the possibilities of the future. The main reason I love this movie personally was because of Yondu. Now Yondu got so much character depth in this movie. We really got to understand him in this movie. He was completely amazing. I loved the fact of what they did with him. They really give us some more depth, and then suddenly with that heartbreaking scene where he saves Peter Quill, Star-Lord, and he basically says that main quote, "He may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy." That sort of quote. And it was so powerful and really was emotional, and a very good character in Yondu in this movie. He definitely will be missed. And personally, one of my saddest deaths in the MCU. Baby Groot is life, guys. Now, Groot is amazing when he was in the first movie, but seeing him transition into this Baby Groot, it was a lot more cute, a lot more funny, and I've got to be honest, they've done so well with that side of things, because a lot more people wanted to see what was coming of this Baby Groot, and so now I'm going to see him grow and grow, hopefully, through the rest of the MCU. If you've seen my first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Drax was a big issue for me. I really enjoyed him a lot more in this movie for me. He wasn't vengeance driven and coming across stupid. He just came across so much more better and so much more fun. He was probably the main comedy aspect of this movie. Gamora and Nebula, you really got to understand their relationship and see it really grow in this movie. And Yondu's deaths really takes a toll on both of them, and it really makes them consider their options. Guys, Mantis is a definite good addition to the Guardians universe and the MCU universe. You had some really good action sequences in this. It wasn't a lot of action, but when we got the action, it was very enjoyable. Have Star-Lord as the main character, obviously, in this movie. This was the main story, was around him finding out who his parents was, his father was. And I think Chris Pratt done an amazing job. I really did enjoy him. He showed more of a lead role in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, obviously, as well. Let's go over some of the bad points. Now, the bad points about this movie, there's quite a few. Now, the first one I'm going to kick off with Sylvester Stallone in this movie. Now, the reason why is because I was absolutely shocked to see that Sylvester Stallone was in this movie. I was so hyped to see what he was. The character seemed very dreadful. For such a class actor, one of my favourites in this character. I'm only hoping that they extend and really show more character depth in the next Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe comes into it a bit more. This movie just fails to be a successful sequel to the original movie. It just takes away everything which made the first movie. The original movie balanced comedy and action, and now this one just feels all comedy, and when the action actually does come up, it just really just comes up randomly, and some of the dialogue in this movie, in my opinion, was bad as well. I felt that the villains, who were supposed to be the villains in the Sovereign, obviously because the batteries were taken, it sort of is really Rocket's fault. Rocket is the villain in this. The Sovereign randomly appearing, and they just felt like they weren't even needed to be in this movie. Kurt Russell's character was really disappointing. Now, don't get me wrong, Kurt Russell as an actor throughout the movie was phenomenal. His acting skills, his presence, he brings on this experience which really did help the film in a certain aspect. But the character itself was suddenly good and then suddenly changed and went to evil. When he turned to the evil side, character build for Kurt Russell's character was just dreadful. Flow and the tone of the movie was just everywhere. It just felt like a roller coaster. It just felt like, why are you doing that? Why are you there? What did you do this for? It was just I was questioning through the whole movie. The movie in general just felt rushed. That's the main problem I had with this movie. The storyline was pretty much Peter meeting his dad and then shoved a bunch of other stories into it, and it just felt like it was a kerfuffle. It felt like they just suddenly came up with a story. Right, okay, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, we're going to have Peter finally meet his dad, and his dad's going to be bad. And then they're like, so what are we going to do with Rocket? What are we going to do with Groot? And they just suddenly just shoved a few pieces together just to try and tie it together. No, you don't do that. Story and plot is the main reasons most of these MCU films are successful. So guys, it's rating time. Let's have a look at the critics of what they had to rate this movie. We have Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 83%, IMDb giving it a 7.7 out of 10, and Metacritic giving it a 67. My rating for this movie is a 7 out of 10. This makes this a good movie.
That's pretty good.
Now this movie, in my opinion, was a mixed bag of emotions. I loved parts of this movie, I hated parts of this movie. It was fun, it was entertaining, but the story really let this movie down for me. Now if you're a person that just loves a great time, loves these characters, and wants to see more of these characters, and just wants a fun, comedy, entertaining movie, then this will be the movie for you. But if you're an MCU fan that loves story, as well as all them different aspects, then you may be let down with this movie, and that's why I was sort of let down with this movie. It's still a good movie. It wasn't dreadful, but it is one of the worst in the MCU, and I expected a lot more from what we see in the first movie. So guys, a 7 out of 10 for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That has been my review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Smash that thumbs up if you did. Comment your ratings and your thoughts down below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for much, much more. Don't forget, on Monday, we have the Spider-Man Homecoming movie review coming up. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget as well, if you've missed out what we've done already on this journey to Avengers Endgame, reviewing from Iron Man 1 up until this point, don't forget the MCU playlist will be down below in that description. Annotation at the end of the video you can click on as well. And there's a bunch of other videos in there which you should be really interested in if you're an MCU fan like I am. So guys, I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time, guys, on Talking with Jay Springer.